If you're chasing her, it's not because she's rare, it's because you don't have enough going on. And I know that sentence is going to hit some egos, but that's the point. Because men love to dress up desperation as romance. Men love to call obsession love. Men love to call anxiety commitment. Men love to call chasing effort. But the truth is, when a man has a real life, he doesn't chase women. He doesn't have the time. He doesn't have the emotional space. He doesn't have the need. A man with a mission moves different. A man with discipline moves different. A man with options moves different. And women feel that difference like gravity. If you've ever caught yourself over-texting, double-texting, waiting for her replies like it's a paycheck, changing your whole mood based on whether she responds, like the video right now because this is going to wake you up, not to shame you, but to free you. The reason this topic matters is because chasing is one of the fastest ways to lose a woman's respect, even if she likes you, even if she's attracted to you, even if she was the one who started the relationship. Chasing communicates something without you realizing it. It communicates scarcity. It communicates neediness. It communicates that your life has more empty space than it should. It communicates that your self-worth depends on her attention. And nothing kills attraction faster than a man who behaves like he needs a woman to feel alive. Women want to be wanted, not needed. They want to feel chosen, not clung to. They want to feel like they're an addition to your life, not the foundation of your life. Because when she becomes your foundation, she becomes your weakness. And women don't respect weakness. They might benefit from it. They might enjoy the attention. They might even keep you around because it feels good to be chased. But deep down, the respect starts dying the moment you make her your world. Now, let's clear something up before we go deeper. This isn't about being cold. This isn't about acting like you don't care. This isn't about ignoring women on purpose. This isn't about being toxic. This is about having a life, a real one, a life with purpose, goals, standards, routines, discipline, and direction. And when you have that kind of life, you stop chasing women because you're too busy building your world. You don't chase because you don't need. You don't chase because you have value. You don't chase because you already feel complete. And that's what makes women chase you. Not tricks, not manipulation, not games, energy, value, lifestyle. That's what pulls women in. If you're a man who's tired of chasing and you want to become the kind of man women respect without you begging for it, subscribe right now. Because Love Delusion is not here to teach you how to impress women. It's here to teach you how to stop living like you're disposable. It's here to teach you how to build a life that makes you undeniable. Let's start with the ugly truth. Most men chase because they have too much time, too much empty space, too much boredom, too much emotional hunger, too little purpose, too little discipline, too little self-respect. When your life is empty, a woman becomes entertainment. When your life is empty, her texts become dopamine. When your life is empty, her attention becomes your fuel. And that's why men chase. Because chasing is not about her. Chasing is about you trying to fill a void. A man who has a void will chase anything that makes him feel whole. A woman, a relationship, validation, attention, even drama. And women can smell that void on you. They might not say it directly, but they feel it. They feel that you're hungry. They feel that you're emotionally starving. They feel that you're searching. And the moment they feel you're searching, they stop seeing you as the prize. Because the prize doesn't search. The prize is searched for. That's the first mental shift. You cannot chase and be the prize at the same time. You can chase or you can be chosen. You can beg or you can be respected. You can be needy or you can be attractive. You cannot be both. And the men who don't understand that live their entire lives wondering why women treat them like options. Now I want to break down what chasing actually looks like, because a lot of men hear chasing and they think it only means begging or being desperate in obvious ways. But chasing is subtle too. Chasing is replying instantly every time. Chasing is sending long paragraphs when she's giving you one-word replies. Chasing is planning your whole day around her schedule. Chasing is changing your mood based on her attention. Chasing is letting her disrespect you and still pursuing. Chasing is ignoring your own standards to keep her. Chasing is staying available 24/7. Chasing is asking, "What's wrong?" 10 times when she's acting weird. Chasing is trying to win back her energy. Chasing is being more invested than she is. Chasing is being the only one trying. And let me tell you something. Women can feel chasing even if you don't say anything crazy. Women feel it in your urgency, in your availability, in your emotional reactions, in how quickly you fold, in how much you adjust, in how scared you seem. And once she senses that, her attraction changes. Because attraction doesn't respond to need. Attraction responds to value. Now, some of you are thinking, but shouldn't a man pursue? Yes. In the beginning, masculine energy leads. Masculine energy initiates. Masculine energy invites. But pursuit is not chasing. Pursuit is calm. Pursuit is intentional. Pursuit is controlled. Pursuit is leadership. Chasing is anxious. Chasing is emotional. Chasing is reactive. Chasing is trying to earn what should be given freely if she's interested. Pursuit is you offering direction. Chasing is you begging for validation. If a woman likes you, she makes it easy to pursue. If a woman is forcing you to chase, she either doesn't like you that much, or she's using you for attention. And either way, you lose if you play that game. If you've ever caught yourself feeling like you're doing all the work, like the video because you need to hear this clearly. A woman who wants you will meet you halfway. She will respond. She will show interest. She will make time. She will reciprocate. If she's not reciprocating, stop chasing. Because chasing a woman who isn't reciprocating is like pouring water into a cup with a hole. You will drain yourself trying to fill something that can't hold you. I remember a time when I thought chasing was masculine. I thought if I pursued hard enough, she would respect me. I thought if I showed her how much I cared, she would value me more. I thought if I made her feel special, she'd return it. And at first, it worked. She responded, she enjoyed it, she liked the attention. But over time, something changed. The more I gave, the less she valued it. The more I chased, the less she respected me. The more I tried to prove myself, the more she took me for granted. And one day I realized something painful. She didn't lose attraction because I stopped caring. She lost attraction because I cared too much without having a life. I made her the center. I made her the purpose. I made her the source of happiness. And that was the moment she stopped seeing me as the man. Because women don't want to be your purpose. They want to join your purpose. They want to support your life, not replace it. That realization changed me. Because I stopped chasing after that. Not because I became cold, but because I became busy. Busy with my goals, busy with my growth, busy with my mission, busy with my health, busy with my discipline. And the crazy part? Women started chasing me, not because I was playing games, but because my energy changed. I didn't need them. I wanted them. And that difference is everything. There's a man named Eric. Eric is a good guy. He's kind, he's loyal, he's affectionate. He meets a woman named Tiana. Tiana is beautiful. She has options. Eric likes her a lot. He starts texting her all day. He starts planning dates. He starts giving her compliments constantly. He starts doing things for her. He starts being available 24/7. At first, Tiana likes it. She feels special. She feels wanted. But over time, she starts pulling back. She starts responding slower. She starts acting less interested. She starts canceling plans. Eric panics. He starts trying harder. He double texts. He writes paragraphs. He asks what's wrong. He tries to fix it. And the more he chases, the more she runs. Why? Because Eric's life is empty. He has too much time. He revolves around her. He has no mission, no purpose, no discipline. So Tiana becomes his entire world. And Tiana feels that. She feels like she's his oxygen. And women don't respect men who need oxygen from them. Eventually, Tiana ends it. Eric is confused. He says, "I treated her so well." And that's the trap. Being good isn't enough. Being kind isn't enough. Being loyal isn't enough. A man must have a life. A woman wants a man with direction. She wants to feel like she's stepping into a world, not becoming the world. You might be Eric. You might be a good man who keeps getting played. You might be a good man who keeps getting used. You might be a good man who keeps getting taken for granted. And you might be confused because you're doing everything right. But you're not doing everything right. Because chasing is not right. Making her your world is not right. Losing your life for a woman is not right. So what do? You build a life. You get purpose. You get discipline. You stop waiting for a woman to save you from boredom. You stop using a woman's attention as your happiness. You start building yourself. And the moment you do that, chasing dies naturally. Because you're too busy. A weak man chases because he fears losing her. A strong man doesn't chase because he knows his value. He knows if she doesn't choose him, someone else will. He knows if she doesn't respect him, he can walk away. He knows if she's playing games, he can leave. Strong men are willing to lose women. Weak men are afraid to. And that fear is what makes them chase. The only reason you chase is because you think she's your only option. The only reason you chase is because you think you can't replace her. The only reason you chase is because you think you won't find another woman. The only reason you chase is because your life without her feels empty. And that's why you need to build a life. Because here's the truth. If your life is exciting, you don't fear losing her. If your life is meaningful, you don't fear starting over. If your life is full, you don't cling. You choose. And women respect men who choose. If you want to become that man, comment purpose right now. Because that's the word that changes everything. Purpose. Purpose fills your life. Purpose makes you busy. Purpose makes you valuable. Purpose makes you attractive. Purpose makes you masculine. Purpose makes you stable. And when you have purpose, you don't chase. Now, I'm going to go deeper into what having a life actually means. Because some men think having a life means being outside all day, going to clubs, being social, being around women. That's not a life. That's distraction. Having a life means having a mission. It means building something. It means being disciplined. It means being focused. It means having standards. It means having routines. It means having personal growth. It means having a physical regimen. It means having financial goals. It means having a vision. That's a life. And when you have that, you don't chase because you don't have the emotional hunger. You're fulfilled. You're complete. You're satisfied. You're grounded. And women want a grounded man. Women want a man who isn't emotionally needy. Women want a man who has direction. Women chase men with lives because those men are rare. Most men are lost. Most men are bored. Most men are weak. Most men are addicted to attention. Most men are desperate. Most men will chase. So when a woman meets a man who doesn't chase, she feels challenged. She feels curious. She feels like she has to earn him. She feels like he's valuable. And value creates pursuit. Women don't chase men who chase them. Women chase men who are busy living. Women chase men who are emotionally disciplined. Women chase men who aren't impressed by beauty alone. Women chase men who have standards. Women chase men who are hard to replace. That's the truth. Now, I want to address the men who say, but if I don't chase, she'll leave. Good. Let her, because if she leaves when you stop chasing, she never liked you. She liked your attention. She liked your validation. She liked your effort, but she didn't like you. She liked what you gave her, and that's not love. That's consumption. That's using, and you need to be grateful when a woman reveals she only wanted attention because she saved you time. Stop thinking your job is to keep her. Your job is to lead your life. Your job is to build your world. Your job is to maintain your standards. And if she fits into that world, she stays. If she doesn't, she goes. That's leadership. That's masculinity. That's how you stop chasing. Now, some men will hear this and think it sounds arrogant. It's not arrogance. It's self-respect. It's knowing your worth. It's being a man who is not desperate. A man who is not desperate is not arrogant. He's calm. He's grounded, he's stable, and stability is sexy. Stability makes women feel safe. Not safety like boring, safety like masculine security. This is where we build you into a different man. Like the video if you're ready for that. Subscribe if you want to become unchasable. Share this if you know a man who's embarrassing himself chasing a woman who doesn't even respect him. The man who embarrasses himself chasing is not just losing her. He's losing himself. Because every time you chase, you are training your nervous system to accept disrespect as normal, to accept uncertainty as normal, to accept crumbs as normal. You are literally rewiring your mind to think love is something you have to earn through suffering. That's why chasing doesn't just hurt your dating life. It hurts your confidence. It hurts your masculinity. It hurts your ability to lead yourself. A man who chases long enough starts living in reaction. He stops living in direction. He stops living in control. He becomes the man who wakes up and checks his phone before he checks his purpose, before he checks his goals, before he checks his discipline. That's what chasing does. It makes a woman your authority. It makes a woman your judge. It makes a woman your source of peace. And no man should ever put his peace in a woman's hands. The moment a woman realizes you're chasing her, she realizes she can control you. It's not always conscious. She might not even be a bad person, but she feels it. She feels how much power she has. She feels how your energy rises when she gives you attention. She feels how your energy collapses when she pulls away. She feels that you are emotionally dependent on her. And even if she likes you, even if she thinks you're a good man, something in her shifts, something primal, something feminine. Her respect begins to weaken because she feels you're not leading yourself. You're being led by her moods. That is the core issue. A woman cannot fully respect a man who is led by her. She might enjoy it at first because it feels flattering. She might enjoy having a man wrapped around her finger. But the same thing that boosts her ego destroys her attraction. Because feminine energy doesn't want to lead. Feminine energy wants to respond. Feminine energy wants to follow strength. Feminine energy wants to be guided by a man who has direction. And if she senses you have no direction outside of her, she will treat you like a convenience, like entertainment, like an option, like something she can pick up and put down whenever she feels like it. That's why a man with a life is dangerous. Not dangerous in a toxic way. Dangerous in a way that makes a woman feel like she could lose him if she plays too much. Dangerous in a way that makes her realize she's not dealing with a man who needs her to breathe. Dangerous in a way that makes her show up differently. You want to know why women chase some men? It's not because those men are perfect. It's because those men are free. They're not emotionally chained. They don't beg. They don't panic. They don't over-explain. They don't fold. They don't make a woman feel like she's their only source of happiness. They make a woman feel like she's lucky to be part of their world. That feeling is intoxicating to a woman. It turns her feminine instinct back on. It makes her invest. It makes her try. It makes her choose. A lot of men don't realize how unattractive their emotional hunger is. You could be handsome, you could have money, you could be smart, but if your energy is thirsty, it cancels everything. If your energy is, please choose me, you could be the best man on earth and she will still treat you like you're disposable. Because she feels the weakness, she feels the desperation, she feels that you're not grounded in yourself. That's why men with nothing going on chase. Because they're trying to use a woman to solve a problem she was never meant to solve. Most men don't chase because they love her. They chase because they don't like themselves when they're alone. They chase because silence makes them face their emptiness. They chase because their life has no structure. Their days have no purpose. Their mind has no mission. So when a woman enters their world, they cling. Because she becomes a distraction from their own lack of progress. She becomes their motivation. She becomes their excitement. She becomes their routine. And that's why when she pulls away, it feels like your whole life collapses. Not because she was the love of your life, but because she was the only thing in your life that felt alive. If losing a woman feels like losing your entire identity, you never had an identity. You had attachment, you had dependency, you had a void. That's why the goal is not to learn how to text better. The goal is not to learn how to be more charming. The goal is not to learn how to keep her interested. The goal is to become a man who has a life so real, so meaningful, so structured, so disciplined, that no woman can ever become your entire emotional world again. Because once you build that, the chasing dies without effort. You don't even have to fight it. You simply don't have the space for it. You don't have the need for it. Your focus is on what you're building. Your focus is on who you're becoming. Your focus is on your mission, and that mission creates a masculine gravity that women feel even when you're silent. That's why some men can disappear for hours, and a woman doesn't feel ignored. She feels intrigued. She feels like he's doing something. Meanwhile, another man can disappear for hours, and a woman feels relieved, like, finally he left me alone. The difference isn't the behavior. It's the energy behind the behavior. One man has a life. The other man is playing games. This is why men who try to stop chasing by using tactics always fail. They'll say, all right, I'm going to take longer to reply. They'll say, all right, I'm going to act busy. They'll say, all right, I'm going to ignore her for a day. But nothing changed inside them. They're still thirsty. They're still empty. They're still waiting. They're still obsessing. They're still checking the phone every 10 minutes. So even though they're replying slower, the energy is still chasing. And women can feel that. You cannot fake nonchalance. You can only become it. Real nonchalance comes from fullness. It comes from a life that doesn't need her attention to feel meaningful. It comes from progress, from wins, from routine, from being tired in a good way because you did something with your day. It comes from waking up with purpose. It comes from having goals so big that a woman's reply time doesn't control your emotions. It comes from having options, but not just women options. Life options, purpose options, direction options. When you have that, you move with calm authority. You move with patience. You move with self-respect. And women respect what you respect. Some of you aren't chasing because you're in love. You're chasing because you're addicted to the emotional highs. She gives you a little attention, and it feels like heaven. Then she pulls away, and it feels like withdrawal. Then she comes back, and it feels like relief. That cycle is not love. That cycle is emotional addiction. It's the same structure as gambling. You don't keep pulling the slot machine because you're enjoying losing. You keep pulling because every once in a while you win. That's what her attention has become. A slot machine, a dopamine machine. And if you don't break that cycle, you can watch a woman disrespect you, embarrass you, play you, and still chase her like she's the prize. That's why the deepest part of this isn't stop chasing her. The deepest part is stop being the kind of man who can be controlled by attention. Because a woman who can control your emotions can control your actions. And a man who can be controlled is not respected. Not because women are cruel, because it's natural. People don't respect what they can manipulate. People don't respect what they can play with. If she knows you'll always come back, she loses fear. And when she loses fear, she loses care. So when I say a man with a life doesn't chase, I'm not talking about being too busy to text. I'm talking about being too grounded to beg, too focused to panic, too disciplined to spiral, too valuable to tolerate disrespect, too fulfilled to cling. That's what a life does. It doesn't just fill your schedule, it fills your soul. Now, let's talk about the part that creates instant change. Standards. Standards are the invisible fence that protects your masculinity. When you don't have standards, you chase any woman who gives you a little attention. When you have standards, you don't chase because not everyone qualifies. You don't chase because you're not trying to convince women to like you. You're evaluating them. You're observing them. You're measuring their behavior. You're watching their femininity, their respect, their energy. You're asking yourself, does she deserve access to me? That mindset flips everything, and women can feel that flip. A man who chases is trying to earn access to her. A man with standards is deciding whether she earns access to him. That's why standards create attraction. Standards create leadership. Standards create mystery. Standards create respect. Because standards communicate that you have value, and value is always selective. I want you to imagine two men. One man is chasing. He's trying to get her attention, trying to win her, trying to impress her, trying to be chosen. The other man is calm. He's present. He's warm. He's not rude, but he's not begging. He's not impressed easily. He's not reacting emotionally. He's watching her behavior. He's seeing if she fits into his life. Which man do you think feels more valuable to her? The second man. Every time. Because the second man behaves like he is the prize. Not because he says it, because he lives it. If you're the man who's been chasing, you're not a loser. You're not weak in your soul. You're just undisciplined in your emotions. You're just starving for connection. You're just lacking structure. And it's not your fault entirely, because nobody taught you that masculinity requires self-control. Nobody taught you that your attention is currency. Nobody taught you that your presence is valuable. Nobody taught you that a woman should earn you too. So you learned the hard way. You learned through pain, through rejection, through embarrassment, through being used. And if that's been your story, comment level up, because that's what today is. A level up, not a lecture, a transformation. What does it mean to have enough going on? It means you wake up with a plan. It means you have something you're building that matters more than her moods. It means you have responsibilities that shape you. It means you have routines that ground you. It means you have discipline that keeps you stable. It means you're improving your mind, your body, your money, your mission. It means you're not living for weekend pleasure. You're living for long-term greatness. And once you have that, women can feel it. They can feel you're not aimless. They can feel you're not bored. They can feel you're not thirsty. They can feel you're not looking for a woman to save you. And that's what makes you attractive. Not because you're acting hard, but because you're actually solid. Now let's talk about the weirdest thing about chasing. It gives women the exact opposite experience men think it does. Men think chasing makes a woman feel wanted. But chasing usually makes her feel pressured. It makes her feel like she's responsible for your emotions. It makes her feel like she has to manage you. It makes her feel like she can't breathe. And when a woman feels like she can't breathe, she pulls away. Then you chase harder. Then she pulls away harder. Then you spiral. That cycle is what destroys so many men. They don't realize the more they chase, the further she runs, because chasing doesn't inspire love. It inspires escape. A woman wants to feel free to choose you. She doesn't want to feel forced. She doesn't want to feel guilted. She doesn't want to feel like you're collapsing without her. That's emotional burden. And emotional burden kills attraction. This is why a man with a life becomes irresistible. Because he doesn't burden her. He invites her. He doesn't pressure her. He leads her. He doesn't beg for her time. He values his time. He doesn't chase her attention. He enjoys her presence when she earns it. That energy is pure masculine power. It's calm. It's steady. It's unshakable. I remember a point where I stopped chasing without even deciding to. It didn't happen because I learned a trick. It happened because my life became too serious. I started working on myself like my future depended on it. I started getting my body right. I started making money. I started building a mission. I started respecting my time. And what I noticed was, when women would pull away, I didn't panic anymore. I didn't feel that sickness in my chest. I didn't feel that urge to send one more text. I didn't feel that need to explain myself. I simply kept moving. And when I kept moving, women started coming back. Not always the same woman, but women. The energy changed. That's when I realized the biggest secret. Women don't chase men who chase them. Women chase men who are chasing their purpose. That's it. That's the whole game. There's a man named Andre. Andre is a builder. He has a small business. He goes to the gym. He has routines. He has structure. He meets a woman named Brielle. Brielle likes Andre, but she's used to men being available. She's used to men chasing. She tests Andre by delaying responses, acting busy, trying to see if he'll fold. But Andre doesn't fold. He responds when he can. He stays warm. He still makes plans. But he doesn't chase. He doesn't double text. He doesn't ask for reassurance. He doesn't react. He keeps building his life. That calmness makes Brielle more curious. She starts investing more. She starts texting first. She starts making time. She starts trying to secure Andre. Andre didn't do anything special. He simply had a life. That can be you. You don't need to become a different man overnight. You need to become a disciplined man daily. You need to build a life that makes chasing embarrassing. Because once you have real purpose, you'll feel ashamed of the time you wasted begging for a woman's attention. You'll feel ashamed of the energy you gave away to someone who didn't even respect it. But you won't be bitter. You'll be grateful. Because it taught you. It sharpened you. It turned you into a man who will never chase again. If you've ever wanted to become that man, like the video, because that's exactly what we're building here.